class, we are here and we are ready to continue with Unit 4. We're going to warm up today by doing a chain. Today we're going to do the type of chain where we change our word by syllable and not by individual sound. So we're making changes based on syllables. So let's get started. Alright, the first word in our chain is going to be busting. Busting. So e, b, st, ing. Good. So let's write the word busting. Busting. Now I'm just putting the dot to help you read so we see where we're changing it. So from busting to busted. Which syllable am I changing? The second syllable, I'm changing the ending from busting to busted. Notice right now we're looking at verbs. These two are verbs. Busting is happening right now. So like busting in the room and busted already happened. Good. Let's go from busted to wilted. From busted to wilted. Which syllable am I changing? The first syllable. Good. I'm changing the beginning of the word. The root. The root word. Wilt. Wilted. Good. From busted to wilted. From wilted to wilting. I'm changing the what? The second syllable, the ending. So wilted, the flower's already is dead. Probably need to throw it away. Wilting, with some careful care, you might be able to revive your flower. So wilted to, or any plant, to wilting. Wilted to wilting. From wilting to spilling. Wilting to spilling. Am I changing the first or the second syllable? The first syllable. Good. Wilting to spilling. So all of these are root plus ending words so far. So far we're looking at root plus ending words. From spilling to melting. Spilling to melting. It's a what? The first syllable. Excellent. Melting. Melting. From melting, I want to go to melted. What change am I making? The root or the ending? The first or second syllable? The ending. I'm going from ing to id. So I'm going from present to past. Melted. Melting to melted. Excellent. How about from melted to melt down? Ooh, what's happening? I'm changing my second syllable. Excellent. And I'm going to a whole different type of two-syllable word. I'm going from root plus ending to compound word. Two smaller words making a bigger word. So melt down. Melt down. Ooh, that's a good one. All right, from melt down to run down. From melt down to run down. Like the rundown is when you give someone all the background information they need to get into whatever's about to happen. So run down. From melt down to run down. Am I changing the first syllable or the second syllable? The first syllable. Excellent. Melt down to run down. From melt down to run down. Great job. From run down to run off. The second syllable. Great work. Run off. And that would be like, you know how sometimes on the playground, especially after it rains, the water and the mud come out of the grassy areas and onto the sidewalk? That's runoff. That's where the water doesn't fit into its banks, its space. So yes. So in this chain, we changed one syllable at a time. And the first chunk of our words were all verbs, talking about present tense and past tense. And actually those past tense verbs, that sets us up for what we're going to be focusing in on today. So actually verbs in general, present and past tense. Present and past tense verbs are a pretty big deal today. So we're going to start, and you know you have this on PP24, so if you want to follow along with me, you can. We're going to be looking at some sentences, and you're going to tell me when they happened. The past, can't see my little baby. The past, the present, this is your present, right? Yeah. Or the future. So past, present, and future. My first sentence. Jill went to the birthday party yesterday. Jill went to the birthday party yesterday. Is that past, present, or future? That's past. Good job. How about Ted is going to the swimming pool this afternoon. Ted is going to the swimming pool this afternoon. Present. That's present. So even though he's not actively at the swimming pool yet, that is part of his plan for the day. So that's part of his present. So we consider the very near future, like from now to lunchtime, the very near future, the other things happening today. For our purposes, we're going to call that present. Okay? All right. We are playing a game with cards in class. We are playing a game with cards in class. When is that happening? In the present again. Good. I am doing my work at school. I am doing my work at school. Yep, right now. That's happening now. All right, you ready? Karen will be shopping for shoes next Saturday. Karen will be shopping for shoes next Saturday. When is this happening? In the future. Good job. Beth played games with friends last night. Beth played games with friends last night. That is the past, not the far past, but the recent past. Sarah is going to her grandmother's house in the morning. Sarah is going to her grandmother's house in the morning. That is future. That's near future, but it's far enough away to say it's future. Far enough away to say it's future. All right. Our baseball team won the trophy at the game last weekend. Our baseball team won the trophy at the game last weekend. That's the past. It already happened. That was last weekend. All right, and last one. The children in our class are listening to their teacher. Oh, that's so meta, because that's really what's happening right now. That's what's actually happening right now. So that's present tense. So past, present, and future. So we're going to talk about a little bit more specifically the past tense and the past tense maker. Now y'all saw me and heard me do a little song and dance for this one a couple weeks ago. Not a couple weeks ago, a couple lessons ago. And so we know it's t-d-it. So we know that those are the sounds of the past tense maker. Those are the sounds of the past tense maker. But the spelling for all three of those sounds we established is the same. It is that ED spelling. It's that ED spelling. And for words ending in E, we say that E is working double time. Doing two jobs. So if I have the word use and I need to put it in the past, I now have used. So from used to used. What about bake? In the past, so today I bake. Yesterday I baked. Good. Today I will had to stop and think about how I was going to word that. I don't want to mess you up. So here we go. Today I am boiling water. Yesterday I boiled water. Okay? All right. I want to cook dinner. I want to cook dinner. Well, yesterday I cooked dinner. See how you switch the sentence a little bit when you're talking about things that are happening or will happen versus already happened? So used, bake, baked, boil, boiled, cook, cooked. What about this one? What's this word? Splash. Good. Let's make that splash already happen. Instead of splash, it is now splashed. Good job. All right, one more. Cheer. Yes, cheer. Well, what if you already did it? What if you already did the cheering? The cheering is over. We're past that part. We cheered. Good. We cheered for the players. And notice, so it said t, so the past tense maker is always the same letters. We're not doubling up on the E's. That E is just working double time. And it has three potential different sounds. Three different sounds. It can say t, d, or ed, where we hear both of the letters making a sound. Great work, guys. All right, so that sets us up for what your assignments are today. And that is PP11, which is going to be turned into a Match It Nearpod. You'll also be responsible for the back of PP15. This is the back side. You're going to do the front side. This will be part of that same Nearpod. You're going to use these words to complete the sentences. 6 words, 6 sentences, only one right answer for each one. So that's going to be a fill in the blank. You will also read a text titled The Reptile Room today. You will read a text titled The Reptile Room today. And let me just give you a little bit of background on the reptile room. So a reptile is a type of animal that includes snakes and lizards. Reptiles have scales. And today's story is mostly about snakes. They're mostly about snakes. You will hear a word today. You will read a word called saying harmless, which means of no harm. It can't hurt you. So harmless, that 2-syllable word. That less means none, no harm. You will also learn about animals that are desert dwellers. And that's an animal that lives in the desert. Coiling up, we've seen this with ropes before, and that means wrapped around in a circle. Wrapped around in a circle. And you're going to read today, you're reading today to learn more about the types of reptiles at the Green Fern Zoo. I will not be reading these questions to you, but any additional questions that I have, I will read to you. Like I said, these ones are considered decodable, meaning you can sound them out and read them. Make sure you read the story how many times? 2 or more before you start trying to answer questions on it. I will set myself up to be your partner. You can be partner A or I can be partner A. Either way, each of us can have the opportunity to read the story. But yes, the reptile room is on page 16.2 in your cat book. I can't wait to see what you learn about reptiles. But that's all I have for you for now. Until later.